And now for the greatest show in the history of great fucking shows.
Beers with Brokeass.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
Okay, man, here we are up in studio. I'm with my main man, RTB.
Hey man, what's up?
And we got Jason Kehoe back. If you haven't heard the story, or I guess, of his son passing the way he did, you can check out the, I think it was
Episode 7.
Yeah, episode 7. So, and so you're here. You got some updates.
Well, yeah. I mean, first off, I just want to thank you guys. I mean, for everything. A lot of people, the story got to a lot of people, and I know there's some people that kind of want to know what's going on now. So at this point, the cops did nothing with that information or with what we did last time. But I did contact a lawyer. Now the lawyer's on board, and then they'll check things out. There's a lot of different ways that this could play out. I mean, now I'm involving a lawyer, right, which takes a lot of money. Not only just that, we could use their services and still find out that there was nothing that can be done about this, which I don't think will end up being the case. I mean, I know what the witness had to say, and this was definitely straight murder. So the lawyer's actually a good thing. I just feel like we've gone this far, and I just got to keep fighting. There's so many more victims in this whole scenario than just my family and Jamie. I mean, the girl, the witness that came forward to us, she's been carrying this since she was 15 years old. She thinks about it all the time. Just the fact that she reached out to us just showed me that she really needed someone to talk to.
Absolutely.
And then the things that she said, I can tell that she's carrying some damage from this. Fortunately, I reached out to her and I was able to hook her up with victim services. And I think they're talking now, right?
Oh,
but
nice.
that's another victim. I mean, she was on a bus and she basically, a kid died in her hands.
Yeah.
And nobody did anything for her.
Yeah.
She had no one to tell the story. The police weren't there for her. Nobody was there for her. That's another victim. I think everybody on the bus that night was a
failed.
victim. I mean, you see something like that, right? How do you ever unsee it?
Yeah.
You can't. And the reason for the lawyer is because I need to have somebody responsible, whether the guy does 20 years in a fucking jail cell or not. It's not bringing Jamie back. Nothing's gonna. But I need somebody accountable. So if it was the police that just did the investigation wrong, I want them accountable. If the guy's going to do 20 years and we got a case against him, I want him accountable, right?
Yeah.
We need somebody held accountable. There was multiple victims. This guy came on the bus, he beat up a girl, stabbed 2 kids. One of them ended up dead, and he just ran off the bus when he was done. Nobody was holding him there. This didn't need to happen. Yeah. And not one minor assault charge laid. And I see, for the first 8 years, I never knew this, right? And when this girl came forward and told me the story that's only been a year since then, and now I've got a fire in my belly, because armed with the truth, we can actually fight.
Yeah.
But we didn't know. They weren't telling us anything. So I talked to a lawyer. He said there's a few different ways it could end up playing out. He doesn't know that they can hold him accountable. Basically, what you do is you retain him. Then they hire a private investigator, and he gets together as much information as they can possibly get together.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with ICBC, with the TransLink, track down maybe witnesses on the bus, right? So they got more witnesses that what they saw that this guy could have just ran off. So we got a private investigator, and then so basically what it is $5,000 to retain the guy, an extra $2,000 to $2,500 right off the bat for the private investigator. So initial cost $7,500 right away, just for a lawyer.
Zero guarantee
that anything will change. Now, after that $7,500, they will know at that point if there's something shady going on here and if there's something to fight. Now, it can play out a couple different ways. The police, knowing that I've hired a lawyer, could just, okay, we got to do something here, guys. This guy's serious, right? Yeah. We got to do something. What are we going to do, right? And it could just end right there. They could either charge the person or say that they've done this, they made a deal, whatever, right? So there's a few different ways that could play out as well. He said that they could end up offering money in a gag order, and then do you really get justice that way? And I'm like, no, that's not the justice I'm looking for. I want someone responsible, right? Like if it was the police that did the investigation wrong. Which really seems to me that that's the way it is. I'm not basing this off of things that I don't know. It just seems to me that hearing what this witness had to say and how everything played out, like I spent 8 years wondering if this guy was protecting his girlfriend, what happened, right?
Sure.
Nobody told me nothing. 1 year ago, this girl comes out and tells me that this guy could have left the bus at any time. There was no serious issue until he pulled out that knife. Jamie had absolutely nothing to do with this. He only stood up when he saw it getting serious and wanted to stop it all and just said stop, and then he ends up paying for it with his life. I mean, when I found out that that was the true story that actually happened, I've just been disgusted. I've had this fire in my belly since that day. Like, they knew this. They knew all this stuff. And they never told our family to put us at ease. They never did anything. There's so many victims in this. Everybody on the bus that day is a victim, right? They watched a kid bleed out on a bus, and they're never going to be able to unsee that. The best friend that was with him, he doesn't even want to be on this planet. That was his best friend, and he watched his best friend die, and he feels that he's responsible. He feels like it should have been him. He's gone downhill. Like he's given up on life. He's using.
Is he getting help as well?
He doesn't even. I don't even know if help would help him. He's that far gone. Like this really took him as well. So, but he's here every day, right? Like the guy's living on the planet and doesn't even want to be on the planet. Could you imagine that? And that guy who did what he did to Jamie that night did this to him as well.
Yeah, for sure.
His whole life is ruined. He's got a daughter he doesn't really see a lot because he just can't deal with things because of what happened. The witness, I'm glad she reached out to me because then I was able to see that there was a little bit wrong. It just looked like she just needed someone to talk to. The police failed all these people, not just us. I mean, where was the counseling for this little girl at 15 years old when it first happened, right? Why didn't they offer her victim services? Why did I have to do it 8 years later that she reached out and I didn't even know she was on this planet?
You can also blame her fucking parents too. They sound like real pieces of shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know exactly what's up with her parents. I know what from the letter she sent that that her dad might not have been there for her and they couldn't reach on the phone. I can't really speak on that one because I don't know.
Lots of parents.
But I do know.
I get it.
I do know that people want to talk about this stuff. A little girl like that, right? She's been carrying it for a long time. Like this is like fresh in her mind, like it was yesterday. I can't help but feel responsible to help these people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All these people, like I brought Jamie into this planet.
Yeah.
Right. And the way he went out has affected so many other lives to a brutal point where their lives aren't even the same as what they would be if they never saw this happen.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel responsible, and I just want to help.
Yeah.
So really, this is something that I came up with, and I've never done anything like this before, and I don't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have a good union job. I make a good wage, and I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
But $7,000 just laying around right now.
Yeah.
To find
COVID
out
times.
nothing in the end. And then maybe, what if I did come up with the 7,000 and they said, look, there's more investigating to do. He said it could peak out at $15,000 or $20,000 after everything's said and done, but we won't go past the 7,000 if we feel there's no need to move forward, that this is all just and everything is right and everything's good. It's going to cost me $7,000 to find that out, and it's going to cost me the same $7,000 to find out if, hey man, at that point, the police, like I said, the police could just say, hey, fuck, these guys are coming. They're
Let's
not
just charge them.
So let's just fucking do something. And boom, just the fire lit under their ass could make them lay a charge, and then I'm good, and I don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah. So even if it's you just want to put this guy through a little bit of fucking pain too to be held accountable. It sounds like you want maybe like a charge being laid, so this guy just has to go to court, even if he was found not guilty. Yeah. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because that's a tough one too.
I don't.
Right?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean. It's just some responsibility, something. I think it might even help these other victims, right?
Yeah.
If somebody was held responsible other than themselves, right? They're probably feeling, I know Chris is feeling, like, why why is nobody charged? Was it my fault? Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why they wouldn't charge somebody in this situation unless they really think I started it. And that's in the back of his mind, thinking that he had something to do with. Man, the only person's fault this is the guy who pulled out a knife and stabbed somebody. That's whose fault this is, guys.
Agree.
The rest of the people gotta let this go.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like let it go. I mean just like don't carry that weight.
Yeah.
Somebody made a decision that day that changed your lives forever and changed our lives forever.
Yeah.
That person needs to be held accountable. Now, they in the prosecutor's statement they use words like they said that it was circumstance. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the actual word that they used. He was collateral damage. Sorry, is what they said.
Wow.
Now, the only way that he could be collateral damage is if that guy was pinned in the seat and there were people attacking him. He started swinging a knife to protect himself, and somebody got stabbed.
Yeah.
Right? But now I never knew until a year ago that he was the one blocking people in.
Oh, for
That
sure.
nobody could get off the bus because he was in the way. He did all this, punched a girl, stabbed 2 kids, ran out the bus because nobody was in his way. That's not a collateral damage.
I agree.
But that's what the prosecutor came up with, and this is why the
If
lawyers
he was
are
on the
very
back of the
interested.
bus and he was boxed in, I can see.
Then at
you know,
least, hey man, what
the
was
guy
going
was
on here?
scared.
But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy just ran on the bus, stabbed 2 kids, beat up a girl, and ran off the bus when he was done. That's how simple this is, and this isn't just me guessing or
Yeah,
or
no,
hearing.
this is
This is a fact from a fucking eyewitness that carries this every day, and we didn't ask her to come forward. I knew nothing about this witness until she did come forward.
Yeah.
I don't know her. I didn't know, but since that, I've had a fire lit under my ass, and I think it's all of our responsibility to make sure that these police know that they can't just let things like this happen. Like this young girl, is 15 years old, and her life is completely in shambles
For
over
sure,
this shit.
for sure. And not only that, like I was just read a post on Facebook. I think Mercules put something up yesterday about when he got slashed on his face.
Yeah.
And he was 15 years old as well,
Yeah.
I believe. And it's affected him to this day. Like you can
Yeah.
listen to his music, everything that it's basically turned him into the person he is today.
Yeah.
But you're definitely traumatized. So
Yeah, and that's a story that he found a way to come out of. Some people
Luckily,
don't. Some people don't. Like these, like
90% of
friend that's
people-
gone downhill. This
Yeah.
girl that just is like heads in chaos all the time.
Without the right
So-
steps, and Rob can talk on this. I would say probably close to 90% of people will not come out of it okay
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
don't try to process things and have people to talk to. Do you want?
Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need someone to talk to, and I mean, I'm glad that this girl actually, if nothing else in the end came from this except me hooking her up with the right people to talk to, that even gives me a little bit of peace.
sure.
I feel responsible for these people.
Like
Somebody needs to be responsible for them. Why
Yeah.
should it be me?
Yeah. Like it actually really like pisses me off. Like, but mind you, this happened a while ago. Times are different now. Like if that, heaven forbid, if that was ever to happen now, victim services would be involved ASAP. Right,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
mental health and everything else, and,
Yeah,
and,
It's
and
changed.
all that,
It's
it's changed,
a
right?
little bit, yeah.
But it still baffles me how like they weren't even pointed in the right direction, or even given a business card. Call
Well,
these people in the morning.
Now this is
and that's it.
this is a part that's not fact. This is just something that I think.
Yeah.
I think that they didn't want victim services talking to any eyewitnesses because of the deal they made. And if victim services had counselors talking to people and people were telling the story that they saw and
Yeah.
documenting it to victim services, which is a police cooperated counseling service, then they wouldn't be able to tell the story they wanted to tell because they would have these people on record saying that this
what
is the way it
happened.
was, right? So
Yeah,
I would
I can
hate
believe
that,
that.
to be. I would hate that to be the case.
No,
that they're
yeah,
just
it
going to
seems
let
like a
these
bit of a
people.
stretch, though.
Yeah,
I
right.
get
That's
what
what I'm
you're
saying.
saying.
But I mean, just as your mind gets rolling,
Yeah.
like why aren't they helping these people? Why is nothing being done? Why?
I think that they fucked up so bad at the beginning, like not like Rob said before, right? He had 2 cops come down to his house over a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
jar
yeah,
of change,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
But let's just touch on like PTSD, right?
Yes, yeah.
It's like for the witness,
Yeah.
it never leaves. It's there. It's
Yeah.
it's just it plays on a loop. It plays on the loop, and if you don't get help for it, it will consume you, just like
Yeah.
Just like the
I feel
just-
she is. Yeah. I feel she is consumed with it for
Yeah,
sure.
and just like the other guy there.
Yeah.
And it will eventually consume you. But the thing is like it never leaves. So they can go in and tell a therapist tomorrow, and it will be exactly word for word and exactly what they saw, that many years ago. It's that fresh. It's still fresh in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So,
funny you say
Like
that.
you can smell it. They can
So
describe the smell.
They can still
everything.
use it. Like they
Yes.
can use it. And
Yeah, that's one thing that the cop said to me. You know what? He came back from the interview with the witness, because they went and met the witness and had an interview with her, and said, "Wow, she remembers every little detail." Like almost like he was trying to tell me that she was coached type thing, right?
Motherfuckers.
Like she remembers so much. That's kind of weird that she remembers that
What
much,
a
right?
dickhead.
No, man, and that this is the first time that I've heard it put the way that you just put it, and it makes
Everything.
100% sense.
like when I
she
witnessed
remembers
that
this
kid
like
die.
it was yesterday, man.
yeah, when I witnessed that kid get sucked into the machine at work,
Yeah.
and I could tell you like what his brains tasted like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever had human brains or cow brains or anything. I can tell you exactly.
No.
I can tell you the smell. I can tell you the song that was on the radio and
Yeah.
exactly what point it was at.
Yeah.
Everything. You remember every single detail.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh?
Right?
Yeah, and I know, and if it, like I said, if all that ended up coming from this was even just helping her out, then my heart's at ease.
It's-
I know Jamie would want me to help these people left behind in this wake.
It's
And,
Jamie's friend there. That's
yes, right.
And it's
you know?
you want to know something? It's not too late to go and talk to somebody and get help.
No,
Yeah.
I understand.
It's
yeah.
not too late.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the service is there for him as well, right? And,
Yeah.
we do talk to him, but I think he's just like
Yeah,
so
like from what you said, I mean,
so
he even has
far
a kid,
gone that he
and,
just
and
he doesn't even care. He doesn't even want so when it comes to actually getting the lawyer to get to the bottom of this, I'm sure a lot of people out there want to find out why as well.
Yeah.
Like why are they letting this all happen and not a single thing gets done about it? Well, I want to know too.
Yeah.
Right now it becomes the cost. Now I've never done anything like set up a GoFundMe page or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that stuff, but this is the point that we're at where it's kind of needed, right? I need to reach out to the public for a little bit of help. See,
Absolutely.
so this is a little bit of a plan I came up with. If we opened up a GoFundMe page,
Yeah.
it would be ran through you guys if you were okay with
Yeah,
that. You
absolutely.
guys would have full control.
We'll donate.
It would max out. It would max out at 20,000, maxed out, right? And we might not even need that. We might only need 7 to get
Yeah.
to the end of this, but that's where it would max out.
Yeah.
If we ended up only getting like 1,000 and I couldn't come up with the other 6, and what if I did come up with that 6 and they needed more investigating? Now I'm like completely drained. So that's why I want to max it to the 20 in case
Yeah.
it was needed.
Yeah.
And then it maxes out right there. We won't go any
Absolutely.
further than that. If it only was like 1,000 or 2 that we raised and it just wasn't enough, we will present a check for that 2,000 to the Surrey Food Bank to help starving
Nice. Yeah, we get on
families
board
here.
with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for
then
sure.
now if it did max out at 20,000 and we only needed 7 to get the lawyer's answer and
Yeah.
things done, the rest of that money, which is now 13,000,
Yeah.
will be written in a check to the Surrey Food
Oh,
Bank.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, absolutely.
Nobody makes money off of this. This
No.
is just strictly to pay a lawyer. Now, if it turned out in the end that somebody's going to get sued for this money-wise, and our family saw any money out of this, which is the way I hope it doesn't work out, I want somebody held responsible.
Yeah.
But if that happened and they try to hush us and try to pay us, then any money that comes to us, if it's 20,000 or more, I will take that full amount in everybody's name who put a penny
Yeah.
into this to help us out and write that check to the Surrey Food Bank. So
Nice.
any penny that you put into this, you're either A, going to find out what the fuck these police are doing and what's
Yeah.
going on, or B, help a hungry family in Surrey.
Nice.
So this doesn't hurt anybody.
No.
It's only helping.
Yeah.
And this is the way I think that we can bring people on board as well, right? I mean, I want people to know that they're not just handing money to someone and what's he
Yeah.
going to do with that money? I don't want to
Yeah.
give money, right? Like, that's why I want nothing to do with the handling of the money end of it.
Yeah.
But if we did open this up and we did that, you're either giving to find out to help all these people, ease these minds, put someone maybe in jail, hold the cops accountable, or feed a hungry kid.
Absolutely.
You can't lose here.
Yeah.
Right?
We can definitely get on board with that.
Yeah.
We'll
Yep,
donate
yeah, for
as
sure.
well.
Well, yeah, let's let's put these fuckers on blast.
Right?
Yeah, the
And I mean,
cops,
if they
right.
know this is coming and that the public wants the fucking answers here,
Yeah.
like, I'm just scared that if I come up with that 7, right, and then there's more needs to be done, and that's where the door closes, then I've got, you know, I work paycheck to paycheck too, man. I do work hard, you know, and
Yeah.
I've got a good job, and, you know, I like my life. Everything's, you know, just $7,000 just to find out no answer. If it's $10 at a time from 700 people,
Yeah.
then it's not as hard to do,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So this is why I want to reach out to the people. Like, let's all find out this answer. Anybody
Yeah.
who's 1,400 people listen to this podcast. They
Yeah.
all gave us $10 each.
Yeah.
That'd be $14,000. So,
Yeah.
you know, so that's
No,
that
it-
easy. And your
and
money's
that's-
going to the food
that's
bank or
the
to
in-
find out the answer.
That's the entire point of crowdsourcing and fundraising.
Well,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
right?
Like
Yeah.
we're not sitting here, like you're not sitting here coming here and talking conspiracies, like that one motherfucker. Within one day, he had $50,000 donated to him. On
Yeah.
day number 2, I think it's called the Postman or something. And day number 2, he was up to $140,000
But the guy
raised.
living in his truck?
No,
okay,
they
another
call him a
something else.
postman.
Okay.
He does conspiracy theories
Oh, I
about
see, I see,
Donald
I see.
Trump and
Okay,
shit.
yeah,
Within
yeah.
3 days, he's got $300,000 fucking raised.
Yeah, no,
like,
man,
we're not
we
doing,
don't want to make money off of this.
No.
I don't even want to sue anybody. I don't want
No,
money.
fuck that.
I want somebody
next
held
course
up
of
fucking
action.
accountable.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
somebody to say, listen, Jason, we fucked up the investigation and we're sorry. And
Yeah.
tell these fucking kids that you fucked it up and that it's not their fault nobody was charged. It's your fault.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
Or charge the motherfucker and put him in jail for the rest of his life where he fucking belongs, because this is obviously straight, walk on a bus, kill a kid, beat up 2 others, stab 2 kids, one of them dies, and run off the bus and go on with your
Yeah.
life.
See, here's the
That's what
thing.
they're letting them do.
Here's the thing, though. If the cops admit they fucked up, then which they're not going to admit they fucked up.
This is where-
They never do.
They're
fucking-
not going to admit they fucked up,
Nope.
because if they admit they fucked up, then they have a lawsuit,
Yeah.
and they will be sued.
This is the thing.
Civil suit.
But they're going to be forced to admit they fucked up, because
Hopefully.
we can bring civil suits against John Doe. We don't know who this guy is, but I can sue this person
Yeah.
in court
Yeah.
under John Doe.
Yeah.
Right? The lawyer said there's a lot of options. I can't even get into them all because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
smart. But the bottom line is
You
that,
have options.
Is that this is gonna force these police to make a move, or these guys are really smart lawyers. They're the ones that came on TV for us when I was
Yeah.
on the news last time. It's affiliated with them. And they're not to be messed with, right? These guys are good at their job,
Yeah.
and they will find out. Even if the cops did mess up, he said what could happen is they'll pay you off and gag order you.
It's hush money,
So
yeah.
you will not be able to tell the public that they paid you off. You'll not
Yeah.
be able to tell them that they fucked up. You're not going to be able to tell them anything. That's a scenario that it could play out to. I don't want that to be the final scenario.
No,
I
fuck
really
no.
honestly don't.
No,
I don't
for
want their
sure.
fucking money. I will say fuck you, fuck your gag order,
Yeah.
but thanks for the admission.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and not take the money and go tell everybody what they did and what happened.
Yeah,
and
oh,
what
absolutely,
they are.
absolutely.
Because I can't run around
You're in
telling
this
people.
deep. You're not gonna like.
I
you
can't
know,
run around telling people
Yeah.
that they're these people unless I know for a fact that they are.
Yeah.
And that would at least be enough for my family to know that they're not just letting this go, that they fucked up, they did something, right?
Yeah.
Like, kids, this isn't your fault. This isn't the girl's fault who called a girl a bitch. I mean, I don't talk to her all the time, but imagine what she carries.
Yeah.
She's another victim,
Yeah.
right? Like, if she didn't say bitch that night, Jamie would still be here. Like, all these people are carrying this because the police aren't putting it on the right fucking person.
Yeah.
Everybody's carrying it, and they're not even being helped. They're like not even one
That's-
minor assault charge.
Yeah, that's crazy to
Oh,
me.
yeah, come
What
on.
was the name of the cop who would that basically shit the bed in this investigation?
I don't know. This was so long ago when it first happened.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was shitting the bed, so I didn't think it was important to track down their names and keep a,
Well,
who
you're in
they-
shock.
We should
Shock.
find
who
out the
that was.
names and just
I'm still in
blast
shock,
them.
right? Well,
Yeah.
I did tell you guys in the last
Blast them on-
podcast that the
on the
guy I was
podcast, I mean.
originally talking to called me and said, man, we got him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
gave me the prosecutor's phone number when they did, and then we got him, and then they come out saying we're not charging him. So he was so pissed he gave me the prosecutor's phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Props
so I
to that
called the
guy
prosecutor.
again.
Now I could never talk to that guy again. he was gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't reach that cop. Now
No, I
there's
mean,
another
like,
cop in charge.
you should
So
try
I
to
don't
find
even
out his
know.
name, and we'll just
Yeah, I know.
blast his name. Be like, you shit the bed, Constable fucking
Dickhead.
Rimrod.
Well,
or
you know what?
whatever his
The
fucking name
police are saying that that they put a good case together, and the prosecutor didn't want to take it. The prosecutor's saying that the police didn't come up with a good enough case. Nobody's really going to take responsibility for this. Okay, so that's not really. I'm not. Why should I have to fight police and prosecutors to get
Yeah.
them to do their fucking job? And I can't fight them alone, guys.
You see,
Right?
like,
With the public on my side, then we can make these fuckers understand that we will all put $10 in again next time
Yeah.
you fuck around like this, and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
pay a lawyer, and we'll make you fucking responsible for the next family you do this to, for the next
Absolutely.
group of kids that have to live trauma their whole lives because you don't want to fucking help them because of whatever
Yeah.
decision you made.
We could do some fundraisers and stuff. Like I've had a dealing with a prosecutor before, and it was like I was shocked because I didn't know this is how it kind of works, right? Like, you know, so I'm going down. I'm at a. I won't tell. I'll tell the story at a different time, the entire story. But long story short, I fucked up a bunch of rugby players that were calling me a fucking fag boy or fun boy
what
and
a
shit.
fun boy.
And yeah, it didn't end well for them.
Yeah,
Let's put
okay,
it that
yeah.
way. I was, you know, I'm 25 years old, probably, maybe 23 or something. Who gives a fuck? I'm young. But anyways, I'm in a purple fucking shirt, man. I'm feeling frisky. And a crew of these motherfuckers were wearing blazers, and they started some shit. I won't go into the long story. Ended up knocking out fucking a schwack of these motherfuckers. One guy, his brains were like fucking
I
bounced.
like how you say I'm not going to go into the story, but you're telling the whole fucking story.
I'm not
man.
telling you the whole story. But anyways, really quickly, let's just, you know, really quickly. So Rob fucking pulls up, and he sees this guy's fucking, like, the blood is like going across like probably what,
Yeah.
2 lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
And he knew right away. He was like, Marco, what did you do? Right? Because just, you know, he just had a feeling, I guess, psychic over here. But anyways, cop fucking grabs me. He's like, no, don't worry about it. Fucking, you know, I tell him what happened. Comes back, goes, holy fuck, man. Like, this guy's in hospital. Brains, they're doing a brain scan on him.
yeah.
He's probably going to, like, it doesn't look good. You got to come with me because this just got really fucking
Elevated,
serious.
yeah.
Elevated,
Yeah.
right? So I'm in court. Fucking prosecutor comes in laughing, like fucking laughing, talking to the fucking all the guys that they flew down from fucking Manchester United or Manchester City or whatever. Manchester United is the fucking rugby team, I think. Whatever. Anyways, prosecutor looks over to them. We got this guy 2 fucking years, and he's laughing and he's cocky. And I swear to God, after about 7 minutes of hearing this fucker craft a story that he wanted them to believe
Yeah.
of me,
Yeah.
I was gonna like, I'm thinking, how
Yeah,
can I
well,
show
you
up
know-
to this motherfucker's house and fucking do him in? That's how pissed off I was.
That's another story. They kind of, you know, they do what they want.
They craft a story. They fucking, you know what I mean? So basically, I can understand the fucking frustration. Like I've never dealt with the legal system before, and I was on probation for knocking out a cop, busted his jaw.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at 2 years, and just to see this smiling little motherfucker on the other side of me, like, I was fucking choked, man. And when I beat those charges, I was elated.
You mean for the rugby players? not the
Rugby
cop.
players, yeah. Like, I was elated. I was like, you motherfuckers. So I can see how frustrating, like, you dealing with these fucking dickheads are, because they're gonna bounce the blame. Cops were to blame. Nope, the fucking prosecutor. We don't have enough. You know, they're gonna jump it around and put the blame on you guys for fuck's
Well, I mean,
sakes.
I imagine if the story went the other way, what if a bunch of guys got the better of you? Well, who would have been held accountable then? They would have just let them all go. Like, you never fucking know. I mean,
Absolutely.
you know, they got one guy. It's easier to deal with than fucking, you know,
Yeah.
than you know, 7 assault charges, right? So let's
Yeah.
fucking. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to like. My goal here isn't to even blame the cops or get
No,
mad
for
at
sure.
the
You
cops
just wanna-
or anything. My goal here is to make sure that somebody gets held accountable for what happened that night,
Yeah.
whether it's botched investigation, whether they can charge the guy. I mean, even if they lessered it to manslaughter and he only did a couple years or something. Really, whatever happens to anybody at this point, it's been so long, isn't and can't be my
No.
focus. I just know that now that I'm armed with the truth that I only found out a year ago, look what I've done in 1 year so far. Just since I knew this, like I've been on the news twice now. I've been here twice now.
Yeah.
I'm not letting it go because now I know the truth that there's people out there that need help, and Jamie is one of them. You know, even though he's not with us anymore, I couldn't live with myself if I just let this go. And this is what I'm worried about with the lawsuit and the money is coming up with that. What if I did like stretch myself right out, pay the $7,000, and then we need a little bit more, right? So I mean, I can come up with a good chunk of it too. I can loan myself out, right? Yeah. But I mean, it's definitely going to help to have the public on our side, and just having that backup as well, that there's this many people out there that donating $5, $10, whatever.
It makes you think the community cares.
It shows support. Also the police that listen, man, we don't fucking you can't just do this to our kids. Yeah. You can't just let them go out there and get fucking murdered, get beat up, slapped around, get PTSD for the rest of your fucking life, and nobody's gonna help you. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna say nothing. Let's show them that this is bullshit. Yeah. That this can't happen.
I bet you there was more of an investigation done on that crackhead Larry Misen there than there was for your son.
Yeah, right. And I mean, that's just somebody like taken out and they're sleeping. I'm
sorry, is his name Sherry Misen? Is it Sherry Misen or Larry Misen? Can I get a fact check on that, please, Warren? Just kidding.
Fact check.
No, but you know what I mean. And
yeah, it's strange, and because, like I said, in Calgary, right? They were more concerned with what I was doing in Calgary in this Somalian neighborhood.
Let's touch on that again, because that's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
So they fucking knew that when they ran your fucking
my rental vehicle plate.
Your rental vehicle, they're going, hey man, why are you fucking up here? So they're concerned that you fucking.
So there's a kid rolling a joint in the truck in the casino. Okay, so the casino cameras caught him in there rolling a joint, right? So they call the police, and now the police are there, right? And he's just rolling a joint in the car. We're from BC. Rolling a joint in the car is something that people just do all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Anyways, they come up and they grab this kid and they put him in the back of the car. And they take him all around the city, driving around, asking him if he knows Jamie. What is Jason doing here? Why are you guys here? We were there for work, right? So I mean, the story was totally legit. I was there for work. I had no idea that they would even wonder why I'm there. Now I find out that on their northeast side is a very heavy Somalian community, and from what I understand, the person who did this was Somalian. So they drove him around all over the place for like an hour, asking him questions about why are you guys here, things about Jamie. I don't know exactly every question that they asked, but they
think you're up there to kill this guy.
And then they dropped him off without any charge or nothing for the weed. I don't know, whatever they do there. But if they had enough to even put him in the car and drive him around, and they just let him off on a gas station on the other side of town, this kid knows nothing in Calgary. We had just gotten there. He doesn't know where he is or anything.
Cold as fuck.
I didn't know where he went. I go to my truck. There's nobody there. I can't find the kid anywhere. He calls me when they finally let him out of the car and said, I'm at a gas station way on the other side of town. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing there? The cops got me when I was rolling the joint. They asked me all kinds of questions about you and kicked me out of their car on the other side of town.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Why? Why, man? The fuck?
Yeah.
You know, why?
You know what that tells me?
Why are you fucking with me?
You know what that
tells me? You're in the computer system, and that they know that fucking you
maybe he ran to Calgary.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Close.
I don't
to
know
the
who
guy.
he is.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You're close to the guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he's in
so
Calgary.
What are you doing here?
Because why the fuck would
Hey, I don't know, man.
You could have went to Winnipeg and the cop just be like, fuck, just drive right
take
past.
the fucking joint and see you later. Don't do that in the casino, right? Like, the fuck they take this kid and interrogate him and throw him out of the car on the other side of fucking town, and I gotta leave the casino and go get him. Like,
that's bullshit.
Like, yeah, it was fucking. So yeah.
There's so many variables here. That's the weird thing.
They're so worried about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Throw this fucking guy in jail, and you won't have to worry about shit. Like I said, and it's funny because I didn't plan to say this. It just on the news when I was on the news last time, right at the end, it just kind of fit. And I said, well, hopefully this lights a fire.
Yeah.
And if not, I've got more matches.
Yeah, I like that actually.
And I didn't even mean to say it. I never even thought it in my head once before I said it. I was just talking to the
You're
news.
probably planning to say that all your life.
Right? Yeah. I was waiting my whole life to use this one.
No, I like that one. That was good. It flowed.
But it did, and because I do. have more matches. Here I am again. And
Yeah,
we're going to
absolutely.
appeal to the public, and we're going to fucking see if we can come up with this money. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a big number for one person to come up with.
Here's the thing. I would be disappointed if you just fucking let it go and gave
Well,
up.
I can't. And I'd be disappointed with myself. I don't go
Absolutely.
this far and then stop. And that's why I'm worried about the money thing, is because if I do the 7,000, I'm not going to want to stop. If they say there's more to find out here, now I've got to go in my whole fucking into huge debt when I'm trying to come out of things that I made, mistakes I made as a young kid. And now I've got to go into huge debt just to get them to do their fucking job and help these people. Like,
Absolutely.
why is it on me now, just as
Yeah.
the dad? Why should I have to fight to make the people that I pay their fucking wages with my taxes to do their fucking job?
Yeah.
I just want them to do their job. Now, if they fucked up, fine, right? So you fucked up.
Yeah.
They don't see it that way. They're not just gonna say, "Oh, well, we fucked up," because this is pretty major fuck up, right? Like if they fucked up and they're accountable because they did something major wrong. But I really, honestly, guys,
gonna throw
I don't
money
think
at
that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that they just fucked up. I think that they thought, because I grew up in the Bridgeview area and I've been around some situations that that weren't the best situations and stuff, and just thought, well, this is one we can fucking trade off, right?
Yeah.
So he lost his kid, and fucking other people have lost their kids, in situations that I know of. Maybe they just figured that this is a good one. This kid's going to face 25 years, or we can get this. Now, maybe they took some really bad people off the street from this guy's information and more lives are saved. Maybe. Right?
But
I don't
you should
know.
be able to know that.
But I want to know.
Yeah, the cops should come up to you
I
and
wanna
say, listen,
fucking know.
we did it this way because
we
he
saved
gave us
a
some
bunch more
names
other
and
people. But this guy was this guy. But they'll never do that, though. That's the
No.
problem.
And
right?
they'll never admit they were wrong.
Because it's not okay to do that,
They'll
right?
throw
It's
money
not
at you.
okay. They said to me that they don't make deals in crimes like this.
Oh,
that
that's
they can't
such
do it. But it's a
bullshit,
lie.
man. Oh,
okay?
yeah.
I know.
They think I'm dumb. Well, whatever. Here I am. Now you're going to have to deal with me. So, I mean, even if this GoFundMe thing didn't work out, and I will come up with the 7, and I will make sure that I find out what's going on. But I want to know that I got backing for the rest of it as well.
The GoFundMe is going to work out.
I don't want
Beers with Brokeass
stop.
will put the first $500
And just
up.
here's a side note. Listen here, cops. 1, 2, Kehoe's coming for you. You better get ready.
Yeah,
I think
I'm not
you're on
stopping,
something
man.
here.
I'm not
And
stopping.
well, let's do a
And you
shout out
guys are
too,
only-
because let's do a shout out to some like cats in the Surrey area that we all grew up with, right? Like we all know fucking people. Like we got fucking Mercules is becoming huge right now. Little Windex, he's fucking flying around. They're doing some good shit. You know, let's get a crew together.
Family connection with
you got to.
Windex.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us about that family connection there.
Well, his Amy, the mother of his children, is a Tom, and she, my sister has a son with Brian Tom. So
Nice.
it's a small little community,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
right.
it's kind of, they call each other cousins, even though it's
Absolutely.
not blood, right?
And you were
So we're
telling
all-
me before that they had a concert that.
Yeah, he was going to
Let's tell
come.
about that.
Little Windex, the last skate jam that we ended up having to cancel. Little Windex was going to come and play. I think he was bringing Prada.
Nice.
Hercules was out of town at the time, but I went and saw Hercules at the Olympic Pizza down here.
Oh,
in
that's
Raleigh one
fucking
time.
beautiful, man.
And he came up to me and he was like, he knew Jamie as well.
Yeah.
And he said thanks for coming, and he threw a shout out to Jamie on stage. So
That's
if we
beautiful.
could get him to show up at the next one, because I do still want to get that going.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
If I can get those guys to show up at that one, that'd be fucking great.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. Yeah, fuck. I don't see why they wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean
Like-
they all know him. They know of him. And like a little bit of a family connection, even with Little Windex, right?
Yeah.
So he was all for it. Like he's like, yeah, man, I'm on board. Let's do it. They didn't even want
Absolutely.
any compensation. These guys are just good. They didn't want to be paid. They didn't
Yeah.
need to be paid. This whole thing is a charity thing. Right? It's all like I put up the barbecue for 200 people.
Yeah.
We put all the money into it. We don't
Yeah.
ask for any money from anybody. There's no donation at the door. Nothing. We
Yeah.
take the full cost.
Yeah.
So they were going to do the same thing, right?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys, man. That's
Yeah,
fucking solid.
No, they were going to come, and then we just had to cancel. We lost that sponsor. Hopefully,
Yeah.
this gets going again. I mean, right now, this is a major fight for me. I know it would be coming. Sorry about that. It'd be coming up in June,
Yeah.
right? So it's not too far away, because it's on around the weekend of his birthday. But I'm in the middle of this little fight
Yeah.
right now as well,
Absolutely.
right? So,
And you know what?
so I
Like,
definitely need help.
and it's Christmas time right now, so a lot of people are, we're not going out drinking. A lot of people do actually have extra dollars. Well, I don't know about what you're doing, breaking all the COVID rules over there, motherfucker.
Bullshit! No, I abide by those fucking rules to the T.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Anyways,
Yeah.
but it's Christmas time
Don't want the
coming
cops
up.
investigating you again.
Pardon me?
Don't want the cops investigating you again.
Yes.
No. They
Jars
just have to-
Over
change.
COVID,
Yeah,
yeah.
they always show up
They'll,
at my
they'll
fucking
show up at his
house,
door
man.
2 times over not wearing
Yeah.
a mask, but they won't fucking do
right.
anything about a kid murdered.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no.
Fucking assholes.
I think let's get the we'll get a. Hey Warren, you think we can get a fundraiser going up in the next week or so? Let's do it. Let's go before
Yeah.
Christmas because
Well,
honestly,
I'll let you guys know. If I talk to him, I think we can push this further.
Yeah.
But I spoke to the lawyer yesterday,
Yeah.
and he said if he doesn't hear something back from me that the wheels are moving forward
Mm-hmm.
and what my plan is, that they're just going to have to close the file. And I don't want them to do that because
No.
we've already got into some stuff. I could always restart it at another time, but I want to go with these guys and I want it to roll. So,
You know
I mean,
what?
the sooner the better, right?
absolutely. Because honestly, fuck a couple bucks here or there off. We
Yeah.
we know thousands of people, so
Yeah, I mean,
We're not-
I think we can come up with it easy. And like
Yeah.
I said, we'll cap it at 20 because they said to me that that's the furthest that this could possibly go.
Yeah.
And like I said, if we only need the 7 guys, you're just donating money to the Surrey Food Bank, right
Nice.
from where we were born and
Nice.
raised, and we're helping hungry families in
I
the
know.
same area.
And I totally agree
Yeah.
with you. Like if everyone just like you've watched, there's a lot of views, over 1,000 views on
Yeah,
the last
1,400,
podcast
yeah.
we did
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
And if every one of those people just donated $10,
fuck even
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah,
that's a pack of
exactly.
smokes. I can go with a pack of smokes for a day.
Exactly,
I
right.
think.
And I mean, I know there's people out there that are going to hear this, and I've got a lot of friends too. If they hear I'm doing a fundraiser, they'll drop a G note or something.
Oh,
shit
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we can get to this number.
Oh, absolutely.
But I just want people to know that this has nothing to do with me or
No,
or
for sure,
greed, or
because-
I'm finding a way to make money off anybody. This
No.
is completely out of my hands. It's all in your guys' hands, the money part of it.
Absolutely.
I just want to make sure that we can finish this, see it through,
yeah,
right? Not
absolutely.
start it.
Because I've had a lot of people
And not finish.
I've had a lot of people contact me wanting updates. They're like, "What's
Yeah.
going on with that?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think something like this, it's in everybody's interest to hold police, prosecutors accountable.
What I would
because-
say is like think of just even one person you love, whether it's a child or it's not
Mm-hmm.
a child, right? And then think about them bleeding out on the floor of a bus, and that's how they go. And then think about the fact that 8 years later, someone came forward and said that the kid was just trying to calm everyone down.
Yeah.
This poor fucking kid is not here with us anymore. And it has devastated a lot of lives.
Absolutely.
And nobody seems to be being held responsible. And we shouldn't let that go as a society.
No, for sure.
As a community. As we like, could you imagine if it was anybody sitting beside you that you love? I mean, I'd throw $10 or $20 towards that
absolutely.
for you. Especially if I knew, like I see some of these GoFundMe things going, they need to raise, 10 grand for something. Now it's at 70 grand. Well, what's the rest of that money going to?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are
Yeah.
these people just, taking money? I don't know how this GoFundMe works, but some of it to me seems a little shady. I just want
Yeah.
everyone to know that this isn't. These
Yeah.
checks will be written to the Surrey Food Bank. Your money is either going to find out exactly what happened or it's going to feed some hungry kid somewhere.
Nice.
So it's good.
We'll definitely get on
Yeah.
board with that.
Yeah.
I
And,
think they're TB.
Yeah, absolutely.
then,
Absolutely.
after, let's see how this plays out here in the next month or so. And then I'll come back and we'll talk some more about the skate jam. My head's
Yeah.
not like fully wrapped around that right now, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take a lot to put it together.
Yeah.
All we basically need is a park permit.
Yeah.
And a fucking barbecue and some burgers. Like it was
yeah.
easy. It's easy for me to put on
Yeah.
if we want to get more people involved and
No,
stuff like that, right?
absolutely.
Now it's I say it's easy to do my end of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there was the sponsor that comes up with prizes and stuff,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
so if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about is the skate jam. We held an annual skate jam in Jamie's honor for the first 7 years after this happened.
Yeah.
We had a couple hundred kids showing up at the end of it, right?
That's awesome.
A lot of them didn't even know Jamie, didn't know what was going on. But it's all about raising awareness against youth on youth violence. You want your kids to come to this event because
Absolutely.
it's nothing but really good people.
Yeah.
And there's some stories to tell and showing people. Like I said, I had one mother come to the event, brought her son, and said, "I want you to meet my son. This is his name." And he told me he's been carrying a knife around And he handed me the knife the other day and said it's because he saw you on the news and heard what you had to say.
Nice.
Said keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like and we just
You're
helped that
changing
kid there,
people's lives.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what this event does, and it keeps his memory alive.
Yeah.
I don't think that Jamie, knowing the person he was, deserves to be known as a kid who just bled out on a bus because of somebody's bad decision, and it ends there. There's a lot of positive that we can make from this, and I want that to happen.
Yeah.
I will keep this thing going forever and ever and ever if I could in his honor.
Yeah.
It happens on or around his birthday, which is June 8th. So the weekend closest to June 8th, we do it on that weekend. And we have a bunch of kids come
Holland
out.
Park.
And what we do is we
Or is there a skate park at Holland Park?
so we do it at the Delta Rotary. That's where he always
that's where-
skated.
yeah.
Right, so we just held it there. We kept it there. If it ended up getting
Nice.
bigger, like there's not a lot of skate jams out there for youth.
Yeah.
And like there's not a lot of really good skate jams in Western Canada.
Yeah.
We could become the biggest easily.
Yeah.
We could have people coming from all across Canada, people coming up from the States and stuff, and pros and stuff. And then we
Yeah.
would have to go to a bigger park at that point.
Fuck, you know what
I
I'll
think
do?
this year-
I'll give a shout out to Red Dragon. Moses there. Where I don't know.
Yep, anyone,
I don't know him too well, but I like.
What we do is we make up some flyers, and a really good place to post
Yeah.
the flyers as well is at the Cloverdale Rodeo. If we have one this year, we didn't last year, but if we do have one this year, they have that skate. There's at the Cloverdale Rodeo. I don't know if you guys know, but one of the buildings is just for skating, for skateboarding. It's all just skateboarding competitions, all kinds of
you
stuff.
can probably rent it
Pros
out,
come, and it's there the whole time of the rodeo. It's open all day. It's like an indoor skate park, and the kids are there all day. So we can maybe hook up some sponsors from there as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
I don't see why fucking Moses.
So
Moses, he's it can and it's center distribution. Let's do a shout out. It's RDS Red Dragon skateboards, or they're huge. Like RDS is everywhere.
Yeah.
They're massive. So I'll give him a shout out. And,
Yeah, man. I mean,
building,
just any
pressure
so
wash,
what
yeah.
we do is we get a guy that knows skating at every rail or whatever, right? And they tell him to pull off a trick. They'll
Nice.
line up like 15 people. They'll all try to pull off a trick.
Oh,
right?
that's cool. So everyone's involved.
If they nail the trick, right, then they'll throw them a T-shirt, right? Like so that's where the sponsors come in. Is coming up
Cool.
with the shoes, T-shirts, all this skating gear,
Yeah.
hats, all that stuff that we can give to the kids for coming. Right, I've got the barbecue, I've got the permit. I'll bring all the food, all the drinks. I'll bring all that on my own. It's just that the prize is to give these kids for being a part of this, right?
Yeah. You want it to be fun.
I make T-shirts, JK All Day T-shirts. I bring hundreds of T-shirts.
Is that something that you serve beer at?
No,
Can you?
Shit.
no. I mean, I can't get a liquor
I don't mean
license.
that in a horrible way.
Can
No,
we
I know,
get
but
a
I
lic-
can't. I
can
can't
we-
get a liquor license for a public park. You might be able to look into it, but I wouldn't even think about that until it got bigger.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if we decide that this
Although,
is going to be a
because
Western
you know
Canada
what
thing,
though, like fuck.
but I don't
you-
want to make money. A beer garden is
No,
about
no,
making money. I'm
it's
gonna
not just
give-
making money. It's just to grab more adults so that they bring their kids and have one or two, like a glass of wine. We're not
You know what,
talking
guys?
like
I
getting
said,
slammed.
we'll talk a little bit more in
Yeah.
depth, but I mean, no idea is a bad idea. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm willing, man. Whatever. If we want more,
No,
people to come,
part of the reason I was saying
Because
that
we
is
were at a
like,
funeral at fucking Robin Park, and they basically said, "Yeah, as long as you guys clean up your fucking beer cans and shit."
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like,
don't think there's not anybody drinking. These kids come there, they bring some beer
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, right? It's just not permitted, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not legal and on a permit.
fuck
So,
it is.
I mean, I'm surprised that I'm even allowed to pull off the barbecue because I don't have serving it right and food safe and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm just basically lighting a barbecue in a park, and if a guy wants a burger, come and ask for one. So I'm
Yeah.
not really breaking any laws.
No.
I'm not selling the burgers or anything
No,
like
yeah,
that.
you-
So
yeah.
so it's kind
No,
of
like
okay.
different.
the only reason why I said that is
It's
because
just like you have 200 family members come to a park.
the next year, and it could help
Yeah.
fund
Yes,
the next
yes,
year.
exactly,
And the
right.
next-
But I
Because
mean,
who doesn't want to drink
but
in
if
a
you-
park, right?
But yeah,
I do.
right. I mean, they almost made it legal not too long ago.
Yeah.
They know everyone
Almost.
wants to.
You were allowed to have two, I
Yeah.
think. Fuck.
But I mean, and that's where the sponsors come in too. Sponsors are proud to be a part of something like this.
Absolutely.
Well,
it's for a great cause.
Well, I'll tell you,
first off.
when we first got this going, and Adam and Donnie had to actually call to everyone, like to all these skateboard companies,
Yeah.
and make sure that it was okay to put their name on the
Oh
flyer
yeah,
that we
yeah,
made.
yeah, yeah.
They had to
For
know what it's
lawsuits and shit.
associated with, right? They don't want their name on a flyer if it's to provoke youth violence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But to prevent, then they're in.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah, yeah.
little things like that, right?
No, absolutely.
So I
'Cause
mean, and to
like-
be a
like
sponsor
in general-
in something like this, they were more than happy to help out. You know,
For sure,
so
because
I don't
everyone's
think
gonna
we'll
try
need-
to everyone's gonna try to protect their brand, right? So
Well,
if
yeah,
it's Larry Meisen running around fucking, smashing
we
in
go
heads
again,
and trying to get
yeah.
fucking people's
trying to get Louisville Slugger sponsored
You wanna
to
go
with
fuck
that,
me.
right?
Louisville. Okay, fuck, right on, man. Here we are up in studio, 48th floor. I'm with my main man, RTB. We're back from a break.
All right, yeah, you're getting really good at that, by the way. Okay, I just have like one more question for you. So,
Sure.
since you've been on the news twice since in the last year,
Yeah.
and this is your second time here, you're basically opening up like a huge can of worms, right? You're getting the ball rolling. How's your family dealing with it? Like,
They're
your
leaving it
ex-wife
in my
and stuff?
hands. They trust me.
Yeah, but I mean, are
I'm
they-
actually a really sane thinker. I do control my emotions very well, like some other people can't. If it was any other my family member in here, they'd be in total tears just even talking about this, right?
Yeah.
But I've got lots of time for that, guys. I can have my moments when I want to have them, but these are the moments that make me feel stronger.
Yeah.
I feel strong when I feel like I'm helping, and it would make me feel a hell of a lot stronger if I knew I had everybody on my back
Yeah,
as well.
for sure.
That had my back. It helped through it all, because I know there's more to come. I am opening a can of worms. What if we do end up charging this guy? Now we've all got to go into a courtroom. We've got to hear this story told from the beginning, all the fucking details from the beginning, listen to this through trial, and bring my family back into it. Fortunately, his brothers and sisters were at an
Younger,
age that
yeah.
time where, really traumatizing. I mean, they know that their brother's gone, but I mean, it wasn't like other stories,
Yeah.
25 years old, and it wasn't for my kids as it was for the witness and for his friend that was there, right?
Yeah.
So, but then it will be. Now we're bringing in more victims, right? By opening this can of worms, because some things that people didn't know and don't really need to know and want to know. I know more about this than any member of my family. I just protect them and I don't tell them.
So it's safe to say that you're taking it on yourself.
I'm taking it on myself.
And it's a need to know basis for your family.
That's right.
And that's it. That's
That's
good.
right.
That's
Did
really
your
good.
lawyer tell you not to contact the police again, or
No.
if you do get once you do get
once
him?
he's retained, he's going to tell me.
Yeah,
He'd
so-
probably tell me that it's in his hands now.
Yeah,
but,
so don't
But
even
I mean,
make-
what do I have to contact them for? I think the next call is them to me.
You should be.
Like, I don't know that there's much more I can say to these
No.
police.
And you see-
It's not
yeah.
going to help.
And it's really hard for me to like hear you say this, because
Yeah.
I am pro police. I've always been pro police, and this just disgusts me. Like,
Yeah, well, it's confusing, right? Now there's whatever the reason may be. Maybe there is reason, like we touched on. Maybe this really bad guy got off. They didn't know for sure they were gonna get this guy for this, but they know for sure that this other guy walking around killing people left, right, and center can end up locked up with the information he had.
Yeah.
Maybe Jamie's already saved lives.
Yeah, for sure.
By not getting what we call justice, as I got my quote fingers in the air.
Yeah.
There really is no justice for this. It's not about that for me. It's about somebody being held accountable. Take the fucking ease off of these people that were there that are blaming themselves for what
Yeah.
happened, when the only person that needs to be blamed is the one running around who even knows what he thinks. So he's probably like, yeah, fuck those fucking police. Fuck, I'll fucking kill kids and they can't
Yeah.
do shit to me, right? Walking around like some fucking hero
And it's
while
not-
we're all laying in the wake.
yeah, and it's not too late for the cops to step up and do something. Like, get these fucking two younger adults help. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And not only that, like, fuck, if you're listening to this, like, leave the knives at home. Kids, fuck,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
mean,
cool. You're a bunch of fucking dickheads running around with knives,
Yeah,
man.
like, it
it's-
can just change your life and everybody's life so
absolutely.
quickly, man. The thing is that they say, well, I'm running around with a knife to protect myself. Well,
No.
if nobody was carrying knives, you wouldn't have to protect yourself against anything else. So, I mean, we're never going to be able to do that. See, I've always said that the good ones that are just on the fence, right, that are just a little worried, we can change those ones. The
Yeah.
ones that are knife-toting fucking murderers, like the guy who did this to my son, he can't be helped.
No, for sure.
He is who he is. He's going to do this. That's what he's picked.
He's
for his
probably
life.
already stabbed other
But
people.
there's other ones walking around with knives, worried about guys like that don't know how easily their lives can change.
Yeah.
Because they'll be carrying it around worried about someone like that, but then someone will piss them off, and kids aren't the best at controlling their emotions.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you've got a knife out because it was in your pocket. Now your life has changed, and so has a whole
Yeah.
bunch of others. So to those kids, I say leave the fucking knives at home. To the ones that are already unreachable, fuck you.
Yeah, they're dickheads.
You're a fucking goof. Pardon the language.
No, I agree.
No,
100%.
yeah, you can throw that word goof around here. That's sure.
Yeah, but just not to fucking